This is my Magimix blender, which started smoking after making a bit of thick ice cream mixture. It was not just a little smoke, but very much like the inserted video posted by YouTube account D4Tush, if I pronounced that correctly, of which I will of course put a link in the description. The bottom has 4 screws hidden behind the rubber feet, which are glued into place. As you can see, it was a bit of a struggle to get them out. Instead of removing them, I could have lifted them up and squeezed a screwdriver in there, since the glue is only on one side of the feet, but I didn't think of that at the moment. So I removed them completely. If you need to open one up, try lifting them up instead of removing them. That will be a better solution. To remove the housing, we ideally should remove the rubber wheel that connects to the blender container on top. But since it is connected to the rotor of the motor, which is able to freely move in both directions, we couldn't screw it loose. If it is screwed at all and not glued, or both. We will manage to remove it later in the video, but that took a lot more effort than should have been necessary. There are quite a few cables to remove, and to make reassembly as easy as possible, I mark each of them both on the plug and the connector. To make reassembly easier, I usually make a drawing of whatever I'm disassembling and stick any screws I remove to it, numbering them sequentially. In that way you will always put the screws back where they belong and there will be no screws left in the end. Most blenders have this rubber coupler attached by left-handed screw thread, meaning it is put on turning counterclockwise and therefore removed clockwise. Unfortunately, hitting it with a hammer in that direction wasn't very successful. I did contact Magimix and asked them if they could tell me how to remove the coupler, but they wouldn't tell, and told me that they have special equipment to remove it, which we will show later in the video is complete nonsense when we closely examine the rotor axle of the motor. When trying to remove the housing, it is unable to get past part of the plastic top of the machine. The only way to get the housing past the plastic top was to remove a tiny bit of the aluminium, or if you are from the US, aluminum, of the housing. Not the most subtle way of disassembly, but I did not see any other options. And then we finally have decent access to the motor. When I emailed the service department of Magimix and asked them how to remove the motor to clean the carbon brushes, they replied that there are no carbon brushes in the machine. But as we can clearly see, there are. So that is even more reason to fix it ourselves. The quote I got for sending them the machine and repair was about 60 British pounds, just for replacing the rubber coupler, for which they wanted to charge 12 pounds. So I decided to save that money and buy a Vitamix if I'm not able to fix this machine anymore. This is one of the carbon brushes under the microscope. It looks fine, just a bit dirty. I'm trying many different tools to clean the rotor, and after a lot of elbow grease, they looked a lot better than they did before. After cleaning the rotor and the brushes, let's put it all back together. Unfortunately, after reassembly, it didn't run at all. So I decided to go for all or nothing and remove the rubber coupler by wedging a screwdriver under it and use a lot of force to break it. I did damage the casing slightly, but not so much that it won't be able to work if we will be able to get it working. Now let's examine the rotor and see how it was meant to be separated from the coupler. When we put the axle under the microscope, we can see that it has a flat side. Measuring the diameter between the flat side and the other side of the axle, we measure about 5.6 millimeters, which means that a 5.5 millimeter wrench would fit and would be able to keep the rotor in place while turning the coupler clockwise to remove it. So if you have a Magimix blender you want to service, try that first. When the rubber coupler is removed, the casing can easily be removed without breaking or damaging anything. The carbon brushes are mounted on springs, so if you want to put them back after removing and cleaning, it will be a bit of a challenge. I'm using the tie wrap trick here, which I learned from the M935 Restoration YouTube channel, in which the mechanic uses it to mount gaskets on BMW engines. This channel is great, check it out. I'll link to it in the description. And to my surprise, it runs again. That is so nice. I will glue the broken coupler back together, but it might not be able to withstand the power of the engine, so I ordered a spare part for the KitchenAid blender, which is available for a very decent €2 instead of the £12 excluding postage, which the Magimix repair center charges. And here is the coupler for the KitchenAid blender with part code 9704230. It is slightly different, but as you can see fits snugly on the axle of the Magimix. So let's make a smoothie to do a final test. I hope this video will help you fix your own blender, and thank you very much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. Bye then!